सो सब बॉयज वेलकम बैक टू अ न्यू वीडियो। और आज अपन वापस से खेल रहे किंगडम कम डिलीवरेंस 2 और आज के एपिसोड में अपन हो चुके हैं गिरफ्तार और अब अपन को बचाना है केपॉन को, क्योंकि वो फिर से फंस चुका है एज ऑलवेज। पिछले गेम से अभी तक फंस ही रहा है वो और अपन उसको निकाल ही रहे। इसी के साथ स्टार्ट करते। भाई क्या दिखता है भाई, ये गेम सेव करना तो है इसको। थॉमस के पास जा सकते हैं। सेक्स टू द चारकोल शेड। ओके चलिए निपटाते।
It's a lot better here in Trotsky.
Let's hope the bride doesn't hear you. She might take offense.
I wasn't talking about her, of course. The bride's always the prettiest.
I've been at weddings where that wasn't the case, unfortunately. But I heard it ended in a brawl.
Aye, some idiots had a punch-up. It's practically a tradition, you know?
A pretty stupid tradition. The poor newlyweds. It's supposed to be a celebration and some numbskulls start fighting.
You're right.
And Lord Von...
You're not allowed in here, vagabond. If you want a bite to eat, go to the kitchen in the Kron. It's at the other end of the court.
लेकिन मैं तो उधर जा भी नहीं रहा। बस सबसे एक ही चीज 3 बार बोल चुके हैं भाई वो। वन बर्गो डिडंट शो अप। नो ही डिडंट। मेरे को याद हो गया तुम्हारा क्या दिख रहा है भाई। ये देखो फिर से वही चीज बोल रही है लोग।
Since
भाई
you couldn't show off to him. At least everyone else could relax and be merry.
From what I hear, some of them got a little too merry. Eh?
I reckon even Lord Von
बात
Berger
सुन
couldn't
रहे।
have stopped the numbskulls.
यूजुअली तो कोई बुड्ढी है।
That's that.
फाइंड वर्क अराउंड द गैलोस। देखते क्या बोलता है ये।
I finished hauling this.
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, if you really.
That'd suit you, eh? Only, what to do with you?
So, I don't know. I suppose I'll go and see what I can find to do.
You can go down to the lower gate. Calder's building a gallows there. You can see if the fool is doing it properly.
Right?
वो इसको अपन हेल्प कर सकते हैं एक्चुअली। ठीक है अभी के लिए नहीं करनी है मेरे को हेल्प। थक गया हूँ मैं मजदूरी कर।
While we're on the subject of the castle.
Bergos didn't show up.
No, he didn't.
वो देखो फिर से वही बात चल रही है उनकी। उनका टॉपिक बदला ही नहीं है।
I was told to come and ask you for a job.
Nice timing. Do you know anything?
No.
Ah, well, I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time all year to hone the thing.
But that poacher is innocent.
An innocent poacher? But that's nothing to do with me. My job is to make sure it don't collapse when he swings.
I can help you direct.
By the way, would you happen to know how I can get up top in the Maiden?
Why, up the stairs, of course.
Yeah, but I'm not actually allowed inside the tower.
Then don't go there. Hey, I'd love to chat with you, but I got...
I could help you with that.
You could. Well, that'd be great. Go and get it from the shed. Sharpen it and bring it back to me.
Sure thing.
ये तो अच्छे से आता है अपने को।
That's one sharp blade.
Just a bit more.
If you've got time to worry about everything that could go wrong, you're bored. And that's that. And if you're at a loose end, come round and I'll be happy to help. I've got plenty of bloody work to go around.
Well, I'll be going then.
Safe travels. Sharp as a skinning knife. Nice.
Okay.
Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And then the execution would be postponed.
I doubt it. We're not going to make a show out of it like they do in Prague. But someone would have to get their hands dirty, and no one fancies that.
Understandably.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the devil.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Okay.
Would you happen to... I want to pray.
The chapel, eh? Well, I'll be damned. I know one hand by the name of Binyek that wanted into the castle too, but for a damn different reason.
What was Binyek after?
A certain buxom chambermaid who wouldn't give him what he was after in the hay and wanted a fine...
And did he succeed in getting in?
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard. See, there's caves under Tursky, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the Maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, they took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down.
Oh.
I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. You don't mind Bill...
No, such matters ain't my concern. The lords decide. A fella has to know his place in this world. Like my old pa.
उसकी मदद कर सकता हूँ मैं. बिनेक कोई तो है ना इधर.
And Lord von Berghoff didn't show up.
No, he didn't.
Oi, Wojtek. Could you stop gabbing and come and help?
Can't you see I'm talking to someone?
I ain't seen you here. Are you new and all? Well, I'm Magda.
I'm Henry.
It's great to have some new lads here.
Oh, aye. Henry, I wouldn't want a repeat of our last disagreement.
Me neither. But all I care about is you giving me a hand. Those sacks won't
I'll just finish what I'm discussing with Magda and I'll be right.
Are you also helping Wojtek's uncle?
I'm serving time. Just like you know.
What uncle?
Wojtek here said he's helping his uncle. Osina the blacksmith.
No, I'm not helping anyone's uncle. This is a punishment, just like with Wojtek here.
A punishment?
Aye. We got into a bit of a fight at Lord Semin's wedding.
What?
भाई
Are
उसको
you
ये
trying
कर
to
दिया
make
भाई.
a fool of me?
Ah, that's not quite how it was.
You wretch.
Oh, thanks. You really are a cunt.
If you want to fight, I'll be happy to oblige. But not here, and not now.
Don't worry, I'll fight. Ah! Sacre!
तो ये डायलॉग था मेरे को मालूम ही नहीं था भाई. हाँ बता भाई क्या काम है.
You again?
Well, I could maybe help you in the fort.
You could have said that at the start. Are you really in the trade?
Aye. My pa was a blacksmith.
ए वो आदमी मेरे पीछे क्या कर रहा
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the... I'll tell you what. Go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat. He's our groom. Always bothering me that you don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
All right. How many should I...
How many legs does a horse...
4.
Smart lad. But Kabat's already got 3. So that's
Okay.
4 minus 3.
1.
You'll find everything you need in the trunk in the forge. It's there, past the gate.
All right. But I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go.
The first bell. Another 11 to go.
Like always, he loiters around here all day, and when you need him, he vanishes like the wind. What?
कैसे किसने देखा कुछ भी.
What's going on?
That miserable blacksmith. Where is he now?
क्या हो रहा है?
Ah, over there then. Over there? Wait.
The fuck?
That damn wretch.
God be with you.
Here you are, you thief! Surrender, now!
I surrender!
Ah! Here! The time has come for you, and if I don't find those stolen...
ये इसमें भी काम करेगा. Let's see.
Wait a moment. I'm sure we can come to an agreement, can't we? I just wanted to borrow it for a bit.
That's not how it works. You can't just borrow things without... But fine. If you return it, we can let it be. But don't do anything like that again. Got it?
You've got to keep your hand on your purse around here.
What's the matter, good wife? Why are you standing here grumbling?
Because of that damn blacksmith. I'm waiting here for him like for Judgment Day. The lock on my spice chest is stuck, and Sir Otto will be back any time. How am I to bake gingerbread without ginger, eh?
How can the blacksmith help you?
How do you think? He always takes this bit of wire and opens the chest for me, and then he promises to change the lock for 3 years now.
But the blacksmith is just around the corner.
I know he is, only he tells me to wait, that he's got more important things to do.
Seems to me he's just talking.
I wouldn't be surprised, the lazy wretch. But what can I do? I'm just a loudmouth cook, so I have to wait.
Can I help you?
somehow?
No, unless you can pick a lock.
No,
And
guy.
decent folk don't know how to do that.
I am no decent fool.
Oh, you said the blacksmith knew how to do it, though. So the blacksmith isn't a decent man?
Aye, and he ain't decent. He's a nasty piece of work.
I know how to do it, but first I have to get tools for it.
All right, I'll wait here. Another while won't kill me.
ये बनाते फटाफट.
I should hop over to the forge.
हो गया ये. नहीं शायद अभी मेरे को लॉक पिक मिल जाए. पहले ये करते
Franca
हैं.
the cook sent me.
Jesus Christ, God protect us from all evil. What does that harpy want?
She's not able to open this.
Again?
She told me you always open it with some implement. I'll gladly do it if you tell me where to find one.
Jesus, why do you even talk to that woman?
I'm supposed
Why?
to help out around here.
What of it? I already let you into the forge anyway. There's this small red pot on a shelf there with some lockpicks in it. But I don't suppose you know how to use one.
As it happens, I do.
I'd rather not ask where you learned. Although you just got out of jail though, eh? Just don't get up to any funny business with them.
Sure.
भाई लेकिन वो तो चुरवा दी मैंने. Oh shit.
About that horse shit.
Well, did you get...
Yeah.
Well, what are you standing around here for? I told...
No. You told me to bring it and...
You're a smart one, eh? Well, now I'm telling you to go. He's our groom. Most likely he'll be idling by the upper stables, just between the two of us. He's a very unpleasant fella.
बे यार काम ही देते बैठ रही.
Brought you those horseshoes.
That took long enough. I've only got one horse here and I've got nothing to shoe him with. And you know who gets in the shit over it?
You?
Exactly. Mistakes are punished here. So either I'd end up reduced to or I'd have to go back to what I was doing before. And I wouldn't like that.
What did you do before?
You're a bit inquisitive, ain't you?
Well, I get the feeling you're actually proud of it.
Let's just say I haven't always made an honest living. Is that enough for you?
Not quite. I'd also like to know if you still got any tools.
I might be able to find something.
Dang.
But I'll tell you, it won't come cheap.
Isn't there maybe something I could do for you in exchange?
Well, since you're offering, I lost
Okay.
something playing dice and I'd like to have it back. A very nice turquoise rosary.
Who did you lose it to?
Father Nicodemus. That priest rolls dice like the devil himself was guiding his hand.
Don't worry.
But with no trouble.
Naturally.
ये वरना कितने का दे रहा है मेरे को?
I'd like to do something about...
Well, I suppose... What a shame. I'm done haggling.
यार पैसे नहीं है. ए यार 10 काम देते रे ये लोग.
What do you want from me, you beg?
हैं? तो गरीबी आई है. अभी देखना इसने बेगर बोला है. अभी जब ये अपने पास पैसा वैसा आएगा ना तो कैसे बात करेगी?
Guard?
Must you interrupt me at my prayers? If it's arms...
Sorry to bother you, but I heard you praying. I need to get to your captain.
You know Thomas?
He gave me alms. Okay.
I ran into him when I was begging along the road, and he gave me a bit of food. I wanted to thank him.
Thomas helped folk a lot, it's true. But you won't be able to do that now. Thomas is lying in a fever upstairs in the Maiden. It don't look good for him. Them bastards cut him up
Beoda
good.
hai.
Poor fella. And if that wasn't enough, they stole his rosary too. Barbarians.
What exactly is wrong?
He was badly wounded in a fight. It looked for a while like he wouldn't live to see the dawn. But he got a bit better. Only a few days ago he caught a fever and the Sawbones is away with Lord von Burgo. And that fever ain't letting up.
And the Maiden Tower, which one?
You're in Trotsky for the first time, eh? It's that narrow, higher one on the eastern side. We call the second one the Crone. There's some legend about it, but to tell the truth, it never much interested me.
I'll be going.
Thanks.
Third toll. I better get moving. It seems like you've been...
Alle jaktan honest, my friend. The die has not been cast, and that... So I'll be quite...
I heard you have a certain
Aye, it belonged to Kabat.
How do you mean?
Kabat is known for having some peculiar things in his property, if you grasp my meaning.
Hang on.
And who should I give it back to? I doubt Kabat will tell me who he took it from. Besides, you've got to admit a rosary belongs in the hands of a servant of the Lord. It's safe with me. Once its owner turns up, I'll gladly give it back to him.
Or lose it in a game of dice. I wouldn't say it's very safe in your hands.
I'm a priest, not a saint. So what of it?
Let's play for it then.
Certainly, why not? As long as you put up a decent wager. As you wish, friend. But if you should change your mind, I'll be glad to play.
ये पैसा तो नहीं है भाई, बेटे ने देने की मेरे को जो चीज लेनी है वो मैं ले लूंगा.
I have that rosary for it.
Great.
Here you have it.
Good fella. Here's a bit of equipment for you.
हर
in
चीज चोरी से
exchange.
हो जाती है.
I don't suppose I'll be needing it again.
3 लॉक पिक. ओके, वो वे बेटर है.
So I got what I needed, and we can get to it. Where's that chest?
It's in the castle cellars. Follow me.
ओके,
My time is precious, seeing as how his lordship will be back any time.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed there. I was told to stay in the courtyard.
Never mind that. You're going with me and you're helping me. Come along.
ओके, 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 लेट्स गो. सही चल रहा है.
After all,
Good day.
I'm just a stupid cook fanker who's always nagging and won't leave anyone in peace. But if I didn't nag, there'd be nothing done in this godforsaken castle. You have to kick people's asses here to even get them out of bed in the morning. The lazy bones. Boy!
Killing me again. Sir, I want to ask you something.
You? What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be helping outside in the courtyard? Christ! First you cause mayhem at a noble wedding, and now you go snooping around where you shouldn't.
I noticed, sir, that something is troubling you. I could help you.
How could a vagabond like you help me?
देखा पॉइंट भाई. आधा नोबल हूँ मैं, गपचुप. Ordinary student. Don't look like part, but I'm experienced. Okay.
Sir, I might not look the part, but I've read a lot.
Don't waste my time with your jokes, you nobody. What would you be able to read?
Species de keep it, sir. Looks can deceive. As it happens, I've read many Latin and other texts. For example, the etymologies of Isidore of Seville, the writings of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen, and the Herbarium de Horis Sanitatis, De Materia Medica, and others.
Well, you really surprise me, lad.
Anyway, I'll examine you and try to make a diagnosis.
Yes, that should help.
Hey, what have you tried? I'll examine you. सबसे ज़्यादा कौन सा है? 24. I think survival से best लग रहा है.
With your permission, I'll examine you, sir.
What? Here and now?
Don't worry, I'll just have a look at you. You don't have to lie down or strip.
I'm glad to hear it.
You're quite pale and rather sweaty.
When it comes upon me, I sweat a lot.
Your eyes are all right. Do you have ringing in your ears?
No.
Okay.
Do your hands shake?
Well, I'm not the youngest, but it's nothing too bad.
All right. Did you get advice from anyone about it? Have you tried anything for the pain?
Well, I talked to our surgeon. He just said it was odd and told me nothing more. So I went to Kolin to see Professor Joachim Bavorsky, and he
Okay.
advised me.
Yes? What?
It's a little awkward for me to talk about, I must admit.
Master Chamberlain, I'm here as a practitioner of the medical arts. You can rest assured that whatever you tell me will remain between us.
All right. The
Okay.
professor spoke at length about Jupiter and the houses, and then he told me that my bodily humours are out of balance.
I would expect so. And what did he recommend?
Well, that I should get more silver into my body. So I wear more silver jewellery, and when there's a full moon, I go to the meadow here below the castle, naked.
Really?
What the
So you're taking it quite seriously. And has it worked?
No, but there'll be a full moon soon, so I could damn well use some other advice.
I understand. Tell me, Master Chamberlain, does it hurt all the time, or does it come in waves?
No, not all the time. More like I get attacks.
Uh-huh. And these attacks, have you noticed whether something sets them off?
Well, it's worse when I get upset.
And does it get worse in autumn, when it gets colder?
Yes, it's usually worst in October. Then I don't even have to get upset for it to start.
All right, that makes sense. I believe your stomach juices are out of balance, sir.
That's what the professor from Kolin said. But what to do about it?
Unfortunately, I can't change the causes of your condition, but I can help you with its symptoms. I think some herbal potion for the stomach would bring you relief.
Can't you get me that potion right now?
I don't have the required remedy, and unfortunately, I don't see how I can brew it here. I don't have the necessary equipment.
You're free to use the surgeon's apparatus in his study. It's upstairs in the Crone. That's the
Dang.
second tower. Now we're under the Maiden. Do you know how to get there?
I think so, but I was told to stay only in the outer courtyard. I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Trouble? I'm the one who has trouble.
Okay.
Don't worry. Tell them I sent you. Just go, for heaven's sake.
All right. Besides caring for your mortal coil, the well-being of your soul shouldn't be neglected, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I think I could pray for your health. A word to angels to ask for their intercession can work miracles. The greatest Christian physicians recommend healing in both the material and spiritual world. And you have a very nice chapel here.
Father Nicodemus takes care of that. What I want from you is medicine, not talking.
Okay.
I'll go and get something for you.
Good.
Do you know how I can get up to the chapel?
You can't. Only his lordship and his family go there. And usually, that is. Only now, Captain Thomas is lying there. He's at death's door. God save him.
I understand.
और ये खोल के देनी है भी तो ऐसे ही खुल गई बे
Thank you kindly, young man. If you want to get a bite to eat, stop by the kitchen.
उसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं
The fourth bell.
शिट टाइम जा रहा है यार आजकल मुंह बहुत सूख रहा है गर्मी आ गई है इधर से ऊपर जाना है फटाफट ओके
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest.
No, I'm not.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days. And the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless...
Oh, Christ. But this is a matter of life and death. Thomas is the only one who can testify to what happened.
Yes! It's a matter of life and death for my brother. Besides which, he's delirious and can't tell you anything.
What actually happened?
They were attacked by bandits by the pond.
ये भी भाई
His mare
वो
Arrow
bandits
brought
कौन
him
है?
home. He was completely out of it. And little wonder, the way he was hacked up. If the surgeon was here, he'd be in his care. Some of his wounds have healed, but now he has a fever. He's been bedridden for...
I'm sorry. Maybe I could help somehow?
The only one who can help now is the priest. And I don't want to sound gloomy, but all he can do is pray too. Just the same as
वॉइस
me.
एक्टर कितनी अच्छी है
Where's the
इसकी.
physician?
He's with Lord von Berghoff. When Thomas... He was only meant to be gone for a while. But it seems they got stuck somewhere. Anyway, the concoction ran out, and we don't have any other
मैं भी अपन
physician
बना
here.
सकते.
I'm not a physician.
If I knew that, Not even our surgeon...
And where is this book?
How should I know? Probably...
I'll have a look there then.
But no one is allowed there.
I'll figure it out somehow.
Why do you want to help us?
Unless Thomas recovers and testifies that me and my friend are messengers from Ratai, then my friend will be executed.
You mean that poacher who's to be...
He's a noble. Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. The whole thing is one big misunderstanding. And only Thomas can sort it out.
I'm a bit bewildered by all this.
The main thing is, I want Thomas to live
Yes.
I'll get going then. I don't have much time, and neither does Thomas.
Go. And thank you. It's all right. You'll be fine.
Watch out on the right, Yannick.
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
1430 की. ओ फटफट मेरे को जाना है दूसरे वाले टावर में. इधर से निकलना थोड़ा कठिन रहेगा, बट कोशिश करेंगे अपन.
The bell's ringing for Hans the 5th time.
शिट, कितनी बार और बाकी है.
What's the matter?
इधर ही है. मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ? कंफ्यूज हो गया हूँ. भाई एटलीस्ट यहाँ की परमिशन है अपने को.
You'll have to wait.
Let me pat.
All right then, but nothing better go missing there.
Don't worry.
ओ तो मतलब अगर ये नहीं करते अपन.
You?
ये
What God's name are you doing here?
I'm looking for medicine for Captain Thomas.
Well, the Sawbones ain't here, so you're out of luck. Like the captain.
who are
Who
you
are
actually?
you actually?
Me? I'm just cleaning here.
नहीं, इधर क्लीनिंग नहीं हो रही है.
And what were you doing at the pond then?
I thought we straightened that out the last time you bothered me. I have no idea what...
What's your name?
What's it to you?
I'm Henry.
Well, that's nice for you.
And you are?
I already told you.
We both know you're lying. The question is, why?
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell and will end up right back there if anyone calls the guards on him.
You know I was locked up.
Okay.
For such an uncaring girl, your interest is a bit suspicious.
Right. I spend the whole day following you and the arrogant fool around, spying on you.
That's exactly what I think.
Well, think again.
I need help.
Who doesn't? I still have to clean out all the fireplaces in the crown.
I really don't...
Apart from the fact that I'm not...
Well, we're in the surgeon's chambers. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff here.
I suppose. But I still don't know why I should help.
Because we're birds of a feather.
How do you mean?
Well, let's just say we both
Okay.
go where we shouldn't be going and take things that don't belong to us.
Oh, really? You must be mixing me up with someone.
Oh shit, fail हुआ.
I just clean up here. And you don't look like someone who knows much.
Really? Didn't you lose a comb by any chance?
What? How did you...
How? I know a thing or two.
Oh,
So, do you believe me?
अपन ने चुराया क्या
Pretty
उससे?
good, I have to admit. And now...
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very happy to help.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up.
Okay.
He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a look at his records. That crackpot writes down everything he does.
Okay.
Maybe he gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in the...
साढ़े चोर अच्छा लॉक पिकिंग मेरी हाई है कंपैरेटिवली. ओके फीवर. ओके अपन को फीवर का मिल गया एक्चुअली. आई थिंक
The seventh bell.
ओके तो मैंने 2-3 बार ट्राई किया और वो यही बन रहा है. आई थिंक यही है फिर, वरना इधर से सेव ही है, अपन देख सकते हैं बाद में भी. टॉमस को देने का है. चेम्बरलिन जाए भाड़ में. ऊपर ऊपर एकदम जाते रहो, ऊपर जाते रहो, जाते रहो, जाते रहो, सुसड़ जाते रहो. ओ कट से क्या थॉमस फटाक से ठीक होता है या हांस मरता है? जानने के लिए देखते रहिए. ओ हाँ तो बरोबर था पोर्शन. उस पर टॉनिक लिखा था और ये टॉनिक लियरम कुछ तो था बेटी. मेरे को लग रहा था मैं गलत ब्रू कर रहा था. मैं 2-3 बार ब्रू किया वो सेव रिलोड कर करके. उसके चक्कर में थोड़ी लूट और मेरी मिस हो गई. बट जाने दो अभी क्या.
His fever is getting worse.
ओके थॉमस उठ जा भाई, मर जाएंगे हम. देख कैसे आया था तेरे सामने आर्मर में, अभी बिकर जैसा. अरे भाई चिल मार, दे तू पहले उसको. ओह शिट, कितने 9वीं थी ना. 2 और बेल का टाइम था अपने पास, बट शायद अपन जल्दी आए. डैम भाई इसकी तो फटी पड़ी है भाई. कहाँ नोबल था, कहाँ देखो कहाँ आ गया. ओह शिट, उसका टाइम आ गया लगता. भाई म्यूजिक वो देख, ब्लैक स्मिथ.
These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. The worst of all, a poacher.
Oh shit भाई. Oh. हेनरी जल्दी आ भाई, टपक ना जाए.
And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until death.
You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But, sir, the captain...
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me!
भाई माँ कसम
You can't do this!
Open the gates!
Oh
My lord.
finally
What the hell is going on?
It was just it's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble. That's for me to judge. Take him down!
oh finally मेरे को लगा बोल देगा मार दे
And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
ये टपक गया क्या अरे यार बीटी ये नहीं जिंदा है अपन तो
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
फाइनली भाई मेरे को लगा ये भी टपका और फिर कुछ होएगा वो ठीक है
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up.
आओ भाई
All right then. Let's hear it.
स्किल चेक्स आने वाले ओ अ बर्ड इन द हैंड ओके Oh, you saved Capon from gallows.
My respects,
okay.
Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgott's Namen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
Oh, shit.
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it? Well, it was somewhat unexpected. I must say, it was the first time I had a noose around my neck, and it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
Please, accept my apologies, sir. And that of my chamberlain, too. Is that not so, Ulrich? I must say in his defense that he had my orders not to admit anyone to the castle, and to be cautious.
I understand, sir. At home, some bandits got into Tamberg by subterfuge, and it cost us a lot of effort to reconquer it.
I'm glad you understand. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me all with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy. But let us leave that aside.
मेरा
Tell
चुप
me,
रहना ही बोला.
what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
Betray is a strong word.
Betray is a strong word. We came to you, Sir Otto, because you're the leading voice of the League of Lords. I expect there are also lords among your ranks who are considering how to find a way out of this sticky situation. And for the Kingdom of Bohemia, it would certainly be better if our powers were to join rather than parting.
Your companion speaks like a diplomat, Sir Hans. However, the question is whether it's possible to join fire with water and end up with anything but nasty smoke. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed, you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
Who is this Lord Nebak?
The lord of a smaller house with not much in the way of estates, just a fortress and lands, but he also owns a mill that provides a significant part of his children are grown up. His daughter married well, thanks to Sir Otto. His son is away from the domain, dealing with duties. Sir Otto helped him to acquire In short, the House of Nebak is more than beholden to Sir Otto for his magnanimous help and support.
Thank you, Ulrich. Nevertheless, I suspect Jaromir will not be keen to charge into battle. But that is of little consequence. He has a few good men who will be useful. That will do us. If he delivers, I will regard his obligation as fulfilled.
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine. And it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so. I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from
you. Is the route safe?
As I said, the fortress is in the wilderness amongst the cliffs. There are many places where outlaws may be hiding, so
Don't worry, sir. I have Henry here by my side for such situations.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Uri here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish.
चल मैं तो पेबल्स रखूंगा भाई.
Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realise it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realised that.
You couldn't have realised? Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologise. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Don't be surprised. My lord doesn't take kindly to those who insist on putting a rope round his neck.
I understand. I expect no one does. In any case, we'd have it a lot easier, your lord and I, if his behavior weren't so redolent of a bandit. Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
Careful.
The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
But I reckon you're right.
All too well, thanks.
Prayer is the only thing that can help me now.
Oh, bed मिल गया.
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you, or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Christ.
Good. I don't think I could stomach much more of your company.
Likewise. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
Take your equipment, gladly, bhai. Oh. Oh, Hans.
Go and get your horse so we can get going.
अच्छा हाँ कुछ तो हॉर्स के बारे में बोला था ना.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'm here for some horse tack. I hear you have something for me.
Well, fuck me blind. You got out of jail yesterday, and today you've got a horse. Fuck, I wouldn't mind having your kind of luck. But you're fucking things up for me and making a mess. And I don't want to get a whipping on your account. I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, they said.
Okay.
So kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me if you want him or not.
Herring. ये रहा. ये हर इसमें वर्स्ट नहीं है. ओके मेरा ही अच्छा है भाई. ए मट चाले कर रहे. About the
I took
horse.
a look at herring.
And?
I'll keep
A
my
nice
own.
animal, but I'll keep my own.
Never mind looking a gift horse in the mouth, you flat out refuse to accept one. You're lost though, pal. Actually, now we've got to know each other, I want to let you in on this little scheme. We could both get something out of it. But you'd have to keep it to yourself. What do you say? Can you keep your mouth shut when coin's at stake?
I can keep my mouth shut. You can count on it. What's this about coin then?
Look, it's easy as pie. You keep your horse, which you wanted to do anyway, but I'll say you took herring, and then I'll sell him to someone. You'll do all right out of it. I'll pay you up front.
Oh, give me more or I am not interested. Okay.
Well, I might be interested, but I deserve a bigger cut. I'm not new to all this. so I'm well aware that the first offer to an accomplice is deliberately low, just in case he accepts. So forget about that and make it worth my while. Because you'll get a tidy sum for a horse like that.
I didn't expect you to be so savvy. But you're not wrong. I'll give you double my first offer. I reckon that's fair.
Me too.
Right, now we can get back to the reason you're here. You know how to ride and control a horse?
Ah, don't worry. I'm right at home with horses. I learned to ride with cumans on my tail, and arrows whistling past my head. A tough school it was.
Well, I'll be damned. I never heard such a thing before. But even an experienced horseman like you needs equipment, as you well know. You can tack him up yourself, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Oh, saddle medal दे दिया बे.
In the region, I came across several graves of your men.
Ah, yes. Captain Thomas and his men were not the only ones not to return. At least we know what happened to them. Here. Something for your trouble.
Okay. Free money. वो शायद जिधर वो bandits थे उधर का. Hey, continue.
Well, should we set off for Nabokov? I don't think I could tolerate another day under one roof with that idiot Schumberg.
बात तो बराबर बोल रहा हो.
Aye. Whenever I see him, I feel like giving him a smack in the mouth as well.
Or 5, which reminds me. Look, I know I behaved like an idiot, but...
Oh, okay, इसको रोमांस करने का ऑप्शन है ही. बट मैंने एक वीडियो देखी थी, उसमें ऐसा बोल रहा था वो बंदा, मेरे को कंफर्म नहीं मालूम, रोमांस की वीडियो थी कि अगर अपन हैंस को रोमांस करेंगे ना तो कैथरीन का रोमांस ऑप्शन नहीं आएगा. तो मेरे को डाउट है कि ये पिक करने के बाद फिर भी कैथरीन का ऑप्शन आने वाला है, क्योंकि उसकी स्टोरी आगे प्रोग्रेस होगी, ऐसा कुछ तो है. ठीक है, अभी के लिए सिलेक्ट करने तो वाले नहीं, क्योंकि कैथरीन और हैंस में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है, बट स्टोरी के लिए कर लेते.
Happens to the best of us. But you can rely on me. Always. We had a disagreement, that's all. Who doesn't sometimes? You're the closest friend I have left.
Thank you, Henry. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to have you as my page. You know, Hanush assigned you to me as a kind of punishment, but now I wouldn't want anyone else by my side. You have my word as a nobleman.
And you have my word as a blacksmith that I'll stand by you, even if it isn't always easy going.
Then your word must be as firm as steel. But I take my promises seriously too. And since I made a promise to Bajena, we have to repay our debt.
Don't worry about it. I took care of it on behalf of both of us.
You did? My word, Henry. You are a true Bellator. Only half by birth, but your heart is filled with blue blood.
Thanks, Hans.
How is she getting on, actually? I hope she hasn't had any trouble on account of us.
Not on account of us, no.
Okay.
Well, it's a complicated story.
भाई अगर अपन उसका क्वेस्ट नहीं करते, जो मैंने साइड क्वेस्ट का वीडियो डालता जो लड़की को पकड़ के खड़ा है थंबनेल में, तो ये लाइन अनलॉक नहीं होती. इसके लिए मेरे को साइड क्वेस्ट करना पसंद है, बट वीडियो में बहुत बोरिंग हो जाता है. मैं समझ रहा हूँ लोगों को नहीं इंटरेस्ट है साइड क्वेस्ट का, तो मैं साइड क्वेस्ट करूँगा, हटा दूंगा वीडियोस और सिर्फ मेन क्वेस्ट डालूंगा, क्योंकि मेरे को साइड क्वेस्ट करने में मज़ा आता है पर्सनली. और मैं शायद ये सीरीज़ ख़त्म होने के बाद सारे साइड क्वेस्ट निपटाऊंगा पीछे जाकर सेव्स में. तो लेट्स सी, बढ़ते आगे.
And not a pleasant one.
Jesus. I'm sorry to hear that. But right now, I'm not in the mood for sad stories. You can tell me another time, but now Nabokov awaits us. It's high time we set out so we can get back before nightfall. Carpe diem.
I'm ready.
Let's mount up then.
Let's go. Finally अपन जा रहे हैं. जल्दी आ, वो जा रहा है. हाँ. बस.
Slowly. Nice and...
It's nice to be out under the open sky. I was feeling really cramped in those gloomy corridors up there. But I can't deny, this is a real fucking castle. I've never seen anything like it before. Perkstein is just a little fortress in comparison. Von Berghoff certainly knows how to make an impression.
That's true. Von Berghoff must be loaded.
I expect the office of the Royal Chamberlain is a nice earner. Or maybe he shits gold ingots.
क्या दिख रहा है भाई लेकिन ये कासल ना मजाक से हटकर
Fuck. This place makes me feel queasy.
अरे हाँ इधर ही होने वाला था ना इसका
Could have croaked here and gone off to join my old man in eternity. God rest his soul. And he'd ask me,
What a beautiful
so
horse.
son,
ओ
what great deed
पहले
did
बाय
you
द
achieve
वे
in
इसको
life?
गाली देते थे
And I'd
पेबल्स को
tell him, well, Pa, I fucked everything up royally, and then they hanged me for poaching. Christ on a stick. I can't have that.
बे यार
When I go to the next life, I need to have something better to tell. A whole lot better.
You could tell him about me, how I served you loyally, for which you made me a knight and gave me a magnificent castle, almost like this one here.
Aye, right, a fairy tale about a bold but uppity blacksmith. Just what Pa would like to hear.
reputation gained भाई फालतू की
Damn it. I need to get my mind on other things and get the feeling I'm living. Let's really spur these horses on, eh? What'd you say?
How could I refuse you anything?
There's a junction beyond Truscovitz with a roadside chapel. Whoever reaches it first wins. So, get ready.
इधर
Forward!
oh shit
Give it all you've got!
भाई क्या भाग रहा है लेकिन पेबल्स अभी यही है ना हाँ क्या हुआ हंस
Christ, yeah. Oh, I needed that.
बहुत
My
आड़े
head
टेढ़े
feels a lot
रास्ते से
clearer
है।
now.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks for riding with me, old pal. I'll even forgive you for having the audacity to beat me, blacksmith's boy. And I'll even reward you for your horsemanship. After all, the lords of Perkstein don't neglect their loyal subjects.
You've got a lot of money.
Thanks. A generous master is a good master. That's a piece of blacksmith's wisdom.
And a satisfied escort is a good escort. That's a noble's wisdom.
I can't disagree. So, what now, Hans?
Like I say, I can see everything clearer now. And the thing that's clearest to me is
Where?
I won't be
You're gonna-
trifled with anymore. I'm the Lord
Hello?
of fucking Perkstein. Let everyone
कौन
know
था
who
भाई?
they have the honor of addressing.
I'm with you on that.
वो नहीं होते दो बंदे गाड़ी एकदम रास्ते के बीच में रोक के बात करते
Noble,
वैसा
sir.
सीन था वो
Splendid. So, forward to Nabokov. The sooner we get that out of the way, the sooner we can finally start dealing with more important matters. Oh, dentes fortuna juvat!
और दिंतेस फॉर्च्यूना युवात लेट्स गो मेरे को पीछे का कुछ नहीं दिखने वाला है बट मेरे को पता है मठ है मेरे पीछे ही
We turn right here.
I'm glad you feel better.
So am I, my friend. So am I. We still have lots to do before we go back to Ratai. And I was afraid, you know, that I'd fuck it up. And I almost did. But I'm not afraid anymore. Now I see it as an opportunity and a challenge. Any old fool can manage simple tasks. But hard ones, they require a man like Sir Hans Capon of Leipa and Perkstein.
And Henry of Skalitz.
Aye, he faces the hardest tasks of all.
I was thinking about our mission. What do you think of our prospects with von Bergov?
Well, we haven't got off to the best start, have we? But I'll do everything in my power to ensure we succeed. Hanush, Radzig and Jobst are depending on us. If they thought it was a lost cause, they wouldn't have sent me. They'd have sent, you know, someone less important. That's diplomacy in a nutshell. If you're serious about something, you send someone important to add gravity and show respect.
You didn't answer my question.
I did. You just didn't realize. All right, I'll explain. According to what Hanush told me before we set out, von Bergov is no fool. Quite the opposite. Persuading him won't be easy. We have to show him he has more to gain than to lose with us.
What does he have to gain?
That's what we have to work out. But sometimes gaining something is less important than not losing what you have. We should be able to agree on that.
राइड ऑन कर रहा हूँ मैं, काट दूंगा ये पार्ट। भाई ये तो क्या क्रेजी है।
Nice one.
नहीं back off। भाई क्या पाप क्रेस्ट दिख रहा है भाई इनको।
Nice fortress. I like the way it's concealed. Nicely situated on an outcrop with a mighty tower and only one approach road. Easy to defend with a view of the whole valley and its approaches. A well-chosen site.
Are you an expert on fortress construction?
You could say that. It's part of a nobleman's and a warrior's upbringing. Hanush forced me to listen to those teachings from Bernard and others, and I'm glad he did. When I think about it, unquestionably learning feeds a man's soul, but right now my belly needs feeding. So I hope Sir Yaramira is well stocked. Von Bergov's morning feast set a high bar, after all.
Hearing you spout wisdom is entertaining, but not enough to make me forget my ass is sore. It's a good thing we're almost there.
मेरा भी।
Sacre, Henry, a short ride like this and you've had enough? I was just thinking about heading off to see the world once we've sent Sigismund packing and restored order in the land. I'd like to visit the Holy Land, for instance, and kneel before the Holy Sepulchre. I'd bring back earth from Golgotha for the family tomb, to improve Father's prospects in the hereafter. So you'd better toughen up that arse of yours, so you can make it to Constantinople at least without whining.
ये अच्छा है दुनिया घूमने के लिए।
Can you see what I see? Fuck! What a lot of horses!
बहुत ज़्यादा ही दिख रहे।
Perhaps he married off his daughter well. Or Von Bergov is paying Nabark a tidy annuity from us.
हो सकता है, हो सकता है। ना हो गई।
So, we're here. What now, Sir Hans?
Now, I expect someone will come to greet us. And hopefully not like they did in Trotsky.
Hey, so Yaramir don't receive visitors. You'll have to leave.
I beg your pardon. See to it that he receives me immediately.
Can't be done. Sorry about that.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Lipa, and I am here with a message from Lord von Bergov. So get to it. And if you keep me waiting here much longer, you'll be sorry.
Please be patient for a while, sir.
My word. You got a sharp tongue sometimes. But what if he won't receive us?
He will. Just wait and see.
Okay.
Come along. Sir Yaramir will be here any moment.
See?
The Lord Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
Please excuse our precautions, gentlemen. These are evil times. Well then, Yaramir of Nabokov at your service. And whom do I have the honor of welcoming to my humble seat?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I am honored, Sir Yaramira. Sir Otto von Bergov asked me to convey to you his cordial greetings, and to parley with you in the matter of the security of this domain.
Certainly, certainly. These are troubled times indeed. Please accept my hospitality, sir. You're surely thirsty after your journey, and you'll have greater comfort in the tower.
An excellent idea. If I may ask that our horses may not be neglected either.
Pelzel, you heard his lordship.
But I've already got 15 animals to deal with. Why doesn't Hurtle do it?
15.
Hurtle has other duties. Stop griping and get to it.
15 horses? My word, sir. You must be doing all right for yourself.
Not entirely. But fortune smiled on me for once at least.
On me too, one could say. I suppose she's doing the rounds in these parts. So, tell me, sir, how did you achieve what you have?
Well, it's a long, complicated story. But I'm guessing von Berkov didn't send you here to find out how well off I am. Or did he?
No, he didn't. I apologize, Sir Yaramira. So, let's proceed to the real reason he sent us. Henry, be prepared. I won't keep Sir Yaramira very long.
Certainly.
Michael, you take Henry here under your wing and make sure he's well taken care of.
Certainly. Henry, eh? Michael's my name, and I welcome you to our little place. It's not the fanciest fortress ever, but you know, I like it here. It serves us well. How was your journey? All good?
Aye. Lovely country. A feast for the eyes.
Well, that's nice to hear, especially from someone from far-off parts. But I must say, my throat is dry. And maybe yours too, eh? Come along with me. We'll soon fix that. I'll make you feel at home and we can have a chat.
बहुत अलग ट्रॉस्की से वहाँ तो भेड़ी टट्टी डाल दी थी हांस पे क्या क्या ये आवाज का कुछ तो ग्लिच हो रहा है
I'd love to have a game.
Glad to hear it. You're a good lad. I can tell just by looking at you.
Hear you're a keen dice player.
You heard damn right. All that traveling must have worn you right out. Take the weight off your feet then, and we'll shake and roll while you wait for your lord. I play for high stakes and all. I have some lovely badges too, if you're interested.
Feel a lucky roll coming up. Shall we play?
What game would you like to play?
Courtiers for me.
Let's play.
Badge
Pleasure to play against. Do me the honor of another game.
I'm seriously curious about you, lad.
रिस्क लेना पड़ेगा प्लीज डोंट बस्ट हाँ नहीं वो बस्ट ओ भाई माँ कसम 250 चाहिए 150 चाहिए सॉरी ओके स्कोर एंड पास जीत गए
Good game, friend. The money's yours. Are you being cautious or cowardly?
Okay, Michael, let's talk.
I heard Lord von Berghoff himself sent you. So, what has he sent you with?
Their lordships to know. Not me.
Aye. No one tells us commoners anything. Typical lords. But you must have heard something. You know how it goes. You've got ears, ain't you?
Aye, I've got ears. But I don't crouch at keyholes.
All right, I don't mean to offend you. Tell me one thing, though. Why didn't von Berghoff send one of his own instead of some Lord of Perkstein and his escort?
Well, I suppose he wanted to show respect to Lord Yaramir. So he didn't send just anyone.
Ah, the way of the nobles. Not something I know much about, but you do, it seems. So your master, Lord Capon of Perkstein, is somehow significant.
Now the Lords of Leiper are a large house. Among them, Capon is pretty insignificant.
That must piss him off, eh? I wonder how many more of his relatives will have to pass on before he gets something worthwhile.
Nah, well, I never looked into it.
And you're his, what, page, servant?
His escort. I give advice when he asks for it. But mostly I take care of his security.
Fair enough. I get it. I used to travel with Lord Yaramir, but he barely travels these days, so I don't get out much.
इसका भी castle चोरी
Lord
करेंगे
Capon is always getting up to something.
चोर तो बचपन
Well,
से
I envy you a
तो मैं
bit.
बेच भी नहीं रहा हूँ
But
कलेक्ट
hey,
कर रहा हूँ
we've had a nice chat. And since you're here, what would you say to a bit of a friendly duel? You've got time to kill.
Okay.
Me too. Let's do. We can do something dignified. We'll clash arms for the glory of our masters. You for yours, me for mine.
ओ भाई
I accept your offer. I'd fight for Lord Capon any time and any place.
Then you're the right man in the right place. Get your kit ready, and we can get stuck.
I don't want to pry, Michael, but Sir Yaramir said he had some luck with horses. That sounds interesting.
Nothing interesting about it. His lordship's affairs are a long story, and they're dull one at that.
If there's one thing Lord Capon taught me, it's that noblemen's affairs are never dull.
If you insist, well, you're in for a disappointment. There's nothing interesting about it. Sir Yaramir had these relatives, and they died, God rest their souls, and his lordship inherited some land. But they couldn't give it to him or something, so they gave him horses instead, to make up the amount owed. See? Complicated and dull, but all above board.
No, you were right. That's nobleman's business for you.
Just so.
Let's do it, Michael.
You don't have to ask twice. We've got some blunt old weapons for practice here, so we'll use them. We don't want to hack each other to pieces, do we?
उससे भी हरा दूंगा भाई
We'll do it in the little courtyard behind the gate. Tell me what weapon you want, and we'll get cracking.
Give me a longsword.
You must fancy your... Give me a moment. I'll put my...
Okay.
Well then. Ready? Ah, shit! What the... What the...
Damn.
I yield! Mercy!
God be with you, my friend.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
A good fight. An honourable.
Yeah, I'd say. I haven't had such a good stretch in a long time.
Lord Capon's honour has been defended.
Ha! That it has. Didn't expect you to take me down like that. All honour to you, Henry. Here you go. Something to remember Nabokov by on your journeys with Sir Capon. You won fair and square. If you're feeling a bit sore, go and see Clara. She'll be in that house beneath the smithy beyond the gate, I reckon. She'll be happy if you show her where it hurts. I might have said this already, but if you've got nothing on your plate, you can have a game of dice's work. Or try Pelzel in the stables. I'm sure he'd love to show you how we hold races to pass the time. And if you want to train some other battle skills, you can practice archery with Mark. I reckon you'll find him on the gate.
इतना ज़्यादा काम दे दिया भाई इसने इतने मतलब काम नहीं दिया है but हाँ वही.
It's nice to meet someone from the trade. I'm also a blacksmith.
Is that so? Good lord, I wouldn't have expected that. You must have had a slice of luck to be hanging out with nobles. Me and my brother wanted to get out of the smithing trade, but something always brought us back. I'm Steer. Pleased to meet you, sir.
Henry, how's trade? The plates here. Is that your work?
Well, I wish. If I could make stuff like that, me and my brother wouldn't be stuck here. We just keep it in good nick. Mend it when the lads get it beat up, which they do all the time.
Tell me about it. I've straightened bent nails and knives and saws till I couldn't see straight. Folks don't take care of things, and then they're surprised.
You took the words out of my mouth. Then it's work from dawn to dusk, day in, day out. And if you saw the work waiting for me down below and in the tower, no end to it.
Hold on. I'll go down there and help you out. The work will go faster with an extra pair of hands.
No, don't go anywhere. What I mean is, thanks for the offer. But we can't have a guest working here, can we? And besides, you get in the way down there. They're working on the fortifications. Better go and play dice with Twerk or something. Make the most of your free time till your lord gets back.
All right. Whatever you say. I just wanted to help.
Oh, I know you did. But I can manage by myself. Really. Let's leave it at that.
सब लोग मेरे को डाइस खेलने के बोल.
You said you have a brother.
Aye. The poor bloke tries hard enough, but he ain't got the knack. So he just helps out where he does any work that's needed. He's working below on the fortification repairs right now. He'd be better off learning a different trade. But times is hard. This way, at least we're together. That's the main. Have you got anyone next to you on life's journey?
I have my lord, and that's all I need.
I understand. I wouldn't mind being a noble's retainer myself. What's he like, actually?
Moody and frivolous, with a taste for wenches and booze. And it's always me who pays for his cock-ups.
He's got you well trained.
And what's your lord like?
My lord doesn't like it when folks talk about him behind his back.
Oh.
Better leave it at that. I reckon it's time I got back to work.
Good lord. That's some ammunition stockpile.
Said I should take you under my
The lord
wing.
here doesn't
You're at
leave
a
anything
loose
to
end.
chance.
Greetings, sir. You've come a long way to visit us, so I reckon we ought to show our
ये है ना
hospitality
जिसने ऊपर
properly.
से आवाज दी थी.
We could practice archery together. What do you say?
Sure.
I was hoping the targets are beneath the ramparts, so we'll shoot from the gallery. The rest is easy. I'll give you some arrows, you lean out from the battlements, and shoot at the target till you run out. The closer to the bullseye, the higher the score. And an extra 3 points to the one who shoots all his arrows first. And the one with the most points at the end wins. Stands to reason. If you beat me, I'll give you one of our best crossbows.
Okay.
So you don't badmouth us to his lordship.
Yeah, that sounds like a challenge.
Now, just tell me what you want to shoot with.
Longbows are for villagers.
You're not but don't fret. I've got an old one lying about somewhere. Nobody will miss it. So take it. Let's make this a class
यूजुअली वो
contest.
खेलने नहीं देते, इसके लिए
That's
मैंने
generous
किया.
of you.
मेरे घोड़े में था.
Thanks.
बट जान दो, अभी दे दिया तो ठीक है.
Ready? And we're off. That's 5 points.
मार जल्दी.
Stone me, sir. I never expected you'd be such a sharp shooter. Admirable. And here's the gift I promised, sir. You earned it, fair and square.
Thanks.
Okay.
The pleasure was all mine.
If you want to try it out straight away, just say the word. In any case, you'll find me round that corner there. I'll wait there so you don't have to go all the way to the gate if you fancy shooting some more.
कुछ ज़्यादा ही hospitality नहीं दिख रही इधर.
Lovely horses you have here.
Aye, right beauties, ain't they?
There must be more of them than men in the fortress. That many horses must have cost a fortune.
That's right. Sir Yaramir had a stroke of luck.
What stroke of luck was that?
Look, this is noble's business. I shouldn't go flapping my lips about it.
So there is something dodgy about it, eh?
Bollocks! It's all above board, especially our horses. Why not do something for your own lord's honour instead of... We sometimes have this little race. You've got a horse, so you can show us your riding.
Don't try that on me. My pa was a blacksmith, so I had horseshoes and hooves in my hand before I could walk. And I've met enough horse folk to know you shouldn't trust them further than you can throw them.
What do you mean?
The horses. Where did Lord Nebat get them?
All right, if you insist. Well, lucky for him, but not so lucky for others. We came across a bunch of them bandits who prey on folk here.
Okay.
We tore into them and hacked them to pieces. A couple of our lads didn't make it. God rest their souls.
इसने अलग
But we
चीज
kicked
बोली और
their
उसने अलग
asses,
चीज बोली.
and we took their
कुछ तो
horses.
लपड़ा है.
They had loads of them. Who knows where they got them, but that's by the by now.
Where did you fight with them?
Not far from the stream that feeds into Nabarkov Pond. They were just watering their horses when we charged.
But Michael said it was between Lower Semine and Rock Tower Pond.
Really? I suppose Michael's right. It's easy to lose your
Good stuff,
bearings here. Nothing but cliffs and ponds. It makes your head spin.
But you're local. You must know these parts like the back of your hand.
I was shit-faced, all right? Let's leave it at that.
I see. Take good care of those horses, then.
I will. And you, sir. Maybe I mentioned it before, but if you're at a loose end, the horses need to stretch their legs. You could help us out. Just a little race around the area. It would do the horses good. And you, too. And if you managed to beat our lad, you wouldn't go away empty-handed.
I'll race.
I'll race.
Thy will be done. The race is from here to Nabarkov Mill. That's down the path there and to the right after the little bridge. At the mill, there's this granary in front of the dike, and behind that, a willow tree. You go between the granary and the willow, and then back to the fortress. First one back here wins. You'll be taking on Hurtle. He's our best horseman, so you'll have your work cut out. None of us can beat him, but if you manage to, fuck it. I'll give you one of our finest saddles, whatever the cost.
That's fair.
Great. I'll call Hurtle and you can...
Okay, Nabarkov मिल के इधर तक जाना है. पहले मैं मैप चेक करूंगा क्योंकि मेरे को भरोसा नहीं. आ जाएगा उधर से भी.
Whoa.
Okay, क्या जीते अपन?
Right. Great race. Is Hurtle really your best horseman?
He certainly is. But you're a different class altogether, I see. You beat Hurtle, so,
वो अभी आ रहा है.
like I promised,
पीछे
the
से देखो.
saddle is yours.
The pleasure is all mine.
If you're so delighted, race again.
ना चालू तो है यहाँ. इधर फड़क से एक सेव मारते ताकि कुछ बीटी ना हो. तो नेबाकोव जेल की. ओके कुछ तो झोल है मतलब इधर पक्का.
I expect these are the chambers of the Lord of the Castle, where he's receiving Sir Hans. I shouldn't disturb them.
Okay. Cute boy. इसके अलावा I don't think कुछ. अबे ये तो मेरा आर्मर है. इंट्रो में का. और तुमने इंट्रो वाली वीडियो देखी रहेगी तो.
Military equipment? That must have cost a fortune. There's enough here for a small army.
ओ भाई ये तो क्या क्रेजी दिख रही. तो मेरे को जेल की चाबी मिली है.
Good to see you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad so far.
तो ये लोग ही आई थिंक वो बैंडिट्स है जितना मेरे को लगता है, जिन लोगों ने अपने को एम्बुश किया था. तो ये पूरा फोर्ट्रेस आई थिंक बैंडिट्स ने ये कर लिया, एक्वायर कर लिया.
Good Lord. That's some ammunition stockpile. The Lord here doesn't leave anything to chance.
क्योंकि वो लॉर्ड नहीं है, बैंडिट्स है. एक आइडिया तो हो गया. जेल ढूंढनी है अपन को. उसके पहले ये बंदा नहीं हटेगा ना इधर से, तो ढूंढ नहीं सकते ना.
God be with you, sir. I hope you won't want for anything here, or find...
ये आवाज क्या आ रही है?
Well, I never. The great
हाँ, देख रहा है
warrior
हेनरी. हेलो.
himself has come to visit. I can't remember the last time anyone beat Michael. You didn't hold back.
Well, he didn't make it easy. And that's good. I don't like fighting with wretches who haven't a chance in hell.
It's a shame there aren't more like you. Now, let's have a look. What kind of hosts would we be if I sent you back to your lord in that state?
बात तो सही है.
Oh, thanks. Well, I certainly can't refuse care from a lovely lass like yourself.
Okay.
Well, I've done what I could.
Aye. Much better. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad. Will you tell me who you are?
Henry. Lord Capon's retainer. We're on a mission from Lord Bombergov.
Oh, I'm Clara. Nice to meet you, Sir Knight.
Knight at your
sword is at your service, miss.
Blimey! No one's ever said anything like that to me before. But it's not your sword I need so much as your legs.
My legs?
I have to go and get fresh herbs for our sick folks. It's not far, but I'll be grateful for an escort and protector. And if you tell me about your chivalrous deeds, it'll shorten the time.
I can't say no to
I will be only too happy to escort such a comely maid.
Comely? You'll come on then. Let's go. If I don't get back soon, the sick will start to treat themselves with schnapps, and that shall we go. Our little fortress doesn't impress you much, I suppose. You must be used to real castles. Actually, that's why I'm so pleased you're here. A bit of excitement at last. Tell me more about knights, or better still, about yourself. Where have you been? What have you seen?
All right then. Some time ago, my native region, far from here, was plagued by a gang of bandits. I tracked them, and it wasn't easy, until I found their secret stronghold in an abandoned village. A battle broke out. I fought my way to the loft of a run-down church. There, I found their leader and killed him in a duel.
You really aren't any run-of-the-mill man-at-arms. At least I have nothing to fear when I'm with you. Tell me more, please.
Once,
ये
I was
awkward
on the
laugh
trail
क्या
of a
करता है भाई हर
scoundrel,
sentence
but
के
the
पहले.
sly fox hid in the cloisters of Sasau Monastery. So I had to
It's
become a
okay.
novice to track him down.
Good heavens! So you're actually a monk?
No. I entered the monastery under a false name. So I'd say I'm not a real monk.
That's good to know. Thank you for telling me your stories. It's nothing like my life. I just patch up the lads when they come back cut up and bruised, like last time. But I have other talents too.
Okay. What kind of talents?
This really is a lovely spot. If it was up to me, I'd just lie down in the grass and take it easy. But I can't.
Why not?
I have to gather herbs to treat the wounded.
Okay.
When the ointments and concoctions run out, they reach for the liquor. And if his lordship found out I was dawdling, he'd have my guts for garters.
Does Sir Yaramir treat you badly?
Not at all. He's a good master, but strict, I can't lie. Still, now you're here, you can help me with those herbs. Then maybe we'll find a moment.
For dawdling? I can.
Maybe I'll tell you some stories in return.
Okay.
I know quite a bit about herbs, I think. So just tell me what's wrong with your lads, and I'll come up with a remedy.
Really? So tell me how to treat fever, say, or shortness of breath.
In that case, you'll need sage and chamomile, maybe some poppy or marigold, am I right?
Aye, exactly right.
Okay.
I've got enough chamomile. It's the rest I need. Above all, the marigold. Since you know all about it, you'll be back in a jiffy, won't you? It all grows in the glade here, but sometimes it takes a while to find.
I think I'll manage.
गेम सेव हो जा. वो मैंने mod लगा रखा है by the way. और अब official support मिल चुका है उसको.
I've got everything.
Herbs gives.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot. You've really helped me out.
You promised you'd tell me something.
I will, don't worry. But first I want to show you something. Hurry.
Okay. कहाँ जा रही है?
Now tell me what's so important that you couldn't tell me back there in the glade.
I wanted to give you a riddle.
A riddle?
Okay.
Why?
You'll know soon enough. Now I bloom in silence, a petal's grace, a delicate charm in a hidden place, a whispered scent, a subtle ploy. What am I, elusive and coy? Solve this riddle, unlock the joy.
The
Okay.
only petal I see here is called Clara.
The right answer. And now for your reward.
Damn.
I hope they didn't hear us in the fortress. People wouldn't half talk. If you're as good as that on the battlefield,
Aye.
may God have mercy on your enemies.
I'm not so considerate on the
brothers.
battlefield, because as a
आप
true
अभी मेरा
knight,
मुंह देख रहे
I do
रहोगे
everything I can for a
क्योंकि
damsel
बैकग्राउंड
in
में बहुत कुछ
distress.
दिख रहा है.
You'll soon be a begging knight if you carry on like that, Henry. And thanks for your help.
नशीब इस बार मेरा आर्मर नहीं उतारा. और सॉरी ब्रदर्स आपको नहीं दिखा सकता हूँ ये वो वाली साइट नहीं है ये यूट्यूब है.
Hey, sir, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you not to go any further. I'm sure they'll take good care of you up in the fortress.
Why can't I go there, if you don't mind me asking?
Because there's work going on there, sir. Repairing the fortifications, cutting wood, sharpening stakes. There's like an anthill there. Nothing worth seeing, if you ask me. You get in the lad's way, and God forbid you might have an unfortunate accident. I can't let that happen. I'm sure you understand.
But I want to take a look there.
Sorry, sir, that's not possible.
All right. I understand.
Thanks for being so understanding, sir. Hey! You're not allowed here!
तो दूसरा तरीका तो होगा वहाँ जाने का. मे बी ये. ओके. थोड़ा रिस्की लग रहा है.
Black tree branches on a gold field.
That's the shield of the Lords of Lipa. What on earth is that doing here?
इधर है क्या जेल? जेल में कुछ तो है भाई झोल मेरे को जाके.
Crikey, more armor. A lot more than I'd expect in such a small fortress. This is getting fishy.
बड़ी वाली शील्ड मिली भाई.
What is this strange contraption? What's it for? What? What's this? Some charcoal ground to powder.
Okay.
Wow, ammunition. And loads of it. A lot of time's passed. Sir Hans's meeting is most likely over. I should wait for him at the stables.
मेरे को जेल नहीं मिली यार लेकिन.
At the risk of repeating myself, your lord is waiting for you at the stables.
वो अब मेरे को मतलब जाने नहीं दे रहे. क्योंकि अब फोर्ट्रेस में मैं अलाउड ही नहीं हूँ.
It's a good thing you've come. We're all finished here. Now back to Trotsky. Excellent! My favorite retainer and protector just when I need him. The mission is fulfilled. It was a good meeting. In fact, we had a nice long chat. Sir Yaromir is a pleasant fellow, and he promised to send some men to help Lord von Bergov, of course. So we got what we came for. What about you? Did you have fun?
You could put it like that. And I saw some very strange things that make no sense at all.
अच्छा वो एक्सप्लोर
Everything
किया.
about that fortress is damn fishy.
Maybe मैं अगर खेलता नहीं उनके साथ तो और
Like what?
They're not so loud.
The horses, you mean?
Exactly, the horses. I did some asking around. Pelzel, the fella who looks after them, said they took them off the bandits they killed. But Michael said that Nebak inherited them from some relatives or something.
Nebak did get a bit twitchy when I asked him about it. That's true.
Exactly. There's loads of horses here, but they can't explain where they got them from.
It is peculiar, to say the least.
Wait, that's not all.
All right. You can tell me on the way.
Give me a moment.
Henry.
Please, trust me.
All right, but make it quick. And above all, I don't want any more trouble. We're here because of von Bergov's business, not for some godforsaken fortress.
Sure.
I won't wait forever. If you don't turn up in time, you can catch up with me on the way, or we'll meet back at Trotsky. But I won't be pleased. You're supposed to ensure my safety.
Here, Sir Hans. Let's go.
At last.
रिस्क नहीं ले सकते भाई मिशन खराब करने का.
Oh, this place again. Oh, it makes my blood run cold. But it's good we're back safe. What you told me on the way about Nabokov was interesting. And definitely fishy. Good work. We should report it to Lord von Bergov.
Of course. Let's see him at once.
Welcome back, Sir Hans. Henry?
Greetings, sir.
I'm glad you got back safe and sound. Now let's get down to business. Lord Capon, what news do you bring from Sir Yaromir? How many of his men can I count on?
First of all, Sir Yaromir sends his respectful greetings, sir. And he says he will pray for your good health. He was most troubled by the news about the ambush on your company. He promised 2 armored horsemen and 3 infantry bowmen. Nevertheless, while I was negotiating with him, Henry took a look around the fortress and became somewhat suspicious.
Very suspicious, sir.
I'm listening.
They had lots of military gear hidden away. Weapons, plate armor, chainmail. I swear, sir, enough for a small army.
There were quite a lot of men there. Lots of men need lots of gear. That doesn't strike me as all that suspicious.
I agree, Lord Capon. But what is suspicious is that Sir Yaromir can afford all this.
It sounds like he found a seam of gold in that rock of his. It is good that you mentioned it. I will have to talk to him about this. Is that all?
There are lots of horses stabled outside Nebakov. Suspiciously many. More almost than at the Samin stud, I'd say.
That's true. I noticed that as well. So Yaromir has a regular army of horses there.
And they can't explain where they got the horses from. Everyone had a different story. And when I asked about it, they got all flustered.
Even Nabak himself, actually. He got quite twitchy when I asked about it.
Well, Henry.
Okay.
You have convinced me. It seems something serious is going on at Nebakov. And we will have to get to the bottom of it. Which we might be able to do surprisingly soon, with a bit of luck. Because we haven't been idle either. We caught one of those bastards who ambushed us.
What? How?
A stroke of luck, more than anything. He's under lock and key down in the dungeons.
And? Did you get anything out of him, sir?
It turns out he's a tough nut to crack. My men haven't yet got a word out of him.
What about torture, sir?
That is just it. The men are superstitious. They say unclean work fits only for an executioner, and it seems we don't have one here. So they just beat him a little. But the bastard certainly knows how to hold his tongue.
Damn!
I thought you might also be interested in what he knows. He's most likely from the same band that attacked you. I don't know what you think about such superstitions. But if you want to try and get something out of him, I will not make him tell you where his gang hides out, and I will be in your debt. And if someone in the region is helping them, I want to know who.
That's an offer that's hard to resist, Sir Otto. I've a whole list of questions for that scoundrel, and superstitions mean nothing to me.
All the instruments you need are right there. Make him regret the day he took up arms against us.
I'm surprised how tender-hearted your men are. Especially after what that band did to you and your captain. But I haven't forgotten. We'll get it out of him. The hard way, if need be.
I'm glad to hear it. You have already surprised me once or twice, so I'm interested to see if you can do it again. And if not, I shall just hang the bastard. As a warning, nevertheless, while we are dealing with nuisances, did you notice anything suspicious on my estate while I was away? Something that might put us on the trail of those scoundrels, say.
I'm afraid I can't help you there, sir. While you were away, I spent my time, hunting. And after that, I was a guest in your cellars.
That's true. And you, Henry?
There was a murder in Troskovitz. 2 farmhands killed Roman the woodcutter.
God damn it. No sooner do I turn my back for a while than people start murdering each other. I bet that fool Thrush only had thoughts for his daughter's wedding and forgot about his official duties. I will send Ulrich to sort him out. Now, to more pleasant business. My personal bodyguard, Lord Bartosz, also known as Black Bartosz.
अगर अपन वो साइड क्वेस्ट नहीं करते, सेम वही वाली जो मैंने वीडियो डाली है जिसका थंबनेल है, तो ये ऑप्शन आता नहीं. इसके लिए साइड क्वेस्ट जरूरी है, तो मेरे को करनी चाहिए, बट अकेले, क्योंकि व्यूज नहीं आएंगे उससे.
Came back from Prague with me. An outstanding swordsman, among other things. So if you want to take your mind off things or fancy some training, as my esteemed guest, he will be at your service. You will most likely find him at the sword-fighting arena in the outer fortifications. For you, Henry, he will have a gift from my personal armory as a token of my gratitude for your services.
Thank you, sir.
आओ भाई, उधर इतने ऑप्शन की जरूरत नहीं थी, बट अपन ने इतने साइड क्वेस्ट कर रखे कि उतने ऑप्शन थे भाई अपने को. इसी के साथ आज का एपिसोड इधर ही खत्म होता है. नेक्स्ट एपिसोड के लिए सब्सक्राइब करना भूलना नहीं, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना, और सीरीज़ पसंद आ रही रहेगी, अब तुमको पसंद आएगी क्योंकि अब साइड क्वेस्ट नहीं डालूंगा, वो एक एपिसोड बोरिंग हो गया, आई अंडरस्टैंड। मे भी शायद मैं उसको प्राइवेट भी कर दूँ क्योंकि पूरा साइड क्वेस्ट था, पर थोड़े टाइम के लिए डले रहने देते। और इसी के साथ अपन विदा लेते हैं और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलते हैं किंगडम कम की। मज़ा आ रहा रहेगा, देखते रहना। अब सिर्फ मेन स्टोरी आने वाली है, तुमको मज़ा आएगा। एक आध कोई साइड मिशन डाला तो डाला, छोटा रहेगा, वरना वो भी नहीं आएगा, सिर्फ प्योर एक्चुअली। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग, बाय बाय।